Hello, beautiful people out there. So today's recipe is just an amazing and dear recipe to me. Today's dish is actually from India, a country in which I would love to visit due to its culture, spirituality, history, and food. This dish in 1947 was a number one requested dish on a menu in Delhi at a restaurant called Moti Mahal, believe it or not. The chef who invented this dish, his name was Lal Gujal, and he invented this dish out of resourcefulness because of the he had a lot of leftover tandoori chicken, which tandoori chicken would become dry, and he didn't know what to do with it, so he created this cream sauce out of tomato, curry, cream, butter sauce, and he would pour it over the leftover tandoori chicken and became the number one requested dish on his menu. And people, it was so good that today you could go to any Indian restaurant and you could surely find this recipe, butter chicken. So let's get started. Namaste, beautiful people out there. And love and light. So, here I'm just turning on this candle to give aroma to my kitchen and to create a loving ambiance since just about to start this recipe. So, there is our flag of India. So there I have 2 tablespoons of garlic paste, 6 tablespoons of butter, turmeric diced up, ginger diced up, half a cup of cooking oil, half a cup of heavy cream, salt, paprika, about 1 tablespoon, margarine, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of red pepper flakes. There I have one whole yellow onion diced up, one bunch of cilantro, also 1 cup of yogurt, and about half a cup of tomato paste. The chicken has been diced up, and so here we're going to be adding all of the spices into the chicken and just mixing it very well. There I'm adding the margarine, the salt, the pepper, the sugar, the red pepper flakes, and you want to just coat it very well so every piece of chicken is well seasoned. I was very surprised on how easy this recipe was. I Every time I go to eat at an Indian restaurant, I always order this butter chicken. So there I have my hot skillet, and I'm going to be adding the cooking oil. I've added a lot of cooking oil to this recipe just because I want to cook well the chicken and make it like crispy fried texture to it. So there I'm adding the pieces of seasoned chicken, and you want to make sure to not overlay the chicken. Just place it so it's flat on the skillet so it could cook all throughout the chicken. Also, this recipe is 2 parts to it. So there's the cooking of the chicken, and then there's the part of making the sauce. So you want to make sure that the chicken it gets cooked on each side for about 4 minutes. There I have turned it over. Look at the color, look at the texture. Just delicious. So then I'm going to be taking the chicken out and placing it on a pan. And you want to cook the whole batch of chicken and place it on another pan, and then you start making your sauce. So there I've added all of the onion, tomato paste, and yogurt, and then I added about a cup of water, and this is my start of the sauce. So you want to mix it well, the butter, the yogurt, and make sure that everything has been simmered and cooked down. And then I went ahead and added this to the blender, and I strained it and put it back into the pan. There I've added the cream, and the cream is just what gives it that smooth buttery texture, as also the butter. And you want to simmer this well to give it that smooth silky texture. And I added the chicken back in, and I let it simmer for about 15 minutes. While it's simmering, I went ahead and covered this just so it could sauce down a little bit, and I started chopping up my cilantro, which I use as a garnishment. I went ahead and added the cilantro to my sauce. People, look at the texture and look at the color. How beautiful this came out. That buttery feel to it. The great part about this recipe is how easy it was to make. There I'm adding the garnishment, and I serve this over a bed of basmati rice. People, look at the color, look at the texture, how beautiful this came out. Just the pop of orange color, the smoothness of the sauce over that bed of rice, just delicious. It was an honor to cook this recipe. I hope you guys like it. Try it. Please feel to comment down below. There I served it with some naan bread, adding more cilantro garnishment to this plate.